Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin, Psychic Medium. Welcome to a very impromptu live where I am just going to ask my spirit guides what they want you to know with this January 11th date coming up tomorrow, 11/11. We all know that's one of our angel numbers. So I thought that I'd jump on live, get somebody to jump in the audience, pick up on your energy, and give you some messages from your spirit guides. This can be money, this can be love, this can be health, this can be spiritual guidance, anything spirit wants to share with me at this time. So as you're jumping on, I can see you jumping on. Please jump into the chat, say hello. Let me know that you're here. If you're watching this as a replay, do not be upset. I did not announce it. I just decided instead of just recording it and uploading it later that I would just grab an audience and see if you wanted to participate. So hi, Denise. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for jumping in. So let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides. This is a general reading. Whatever spirit wants to share with me today, whatever messages are meant to be heard, please take with you what is meant for you. Leave the rest for everyone else. So happy New Year, belated New Year for all of you, for those of you that haven't seen me for a while or haven't had a chance to watch my videos for a little while. So thank you for being here. So let's get started. So 11/11 and January 11th, you can watch this before, on the date, after. And I always feel that anytime you listen to a reading, even if it has a time on it, it finds you when you are meant to hear that message. So I always say, don't worry about the timelines. A lot of my readings are timeless for that reason. And I just want the messages to find you is what I do. I'm just praying the messages find you somehow. So let's get started. Let's get some cards rolling on this reading. And I am going to start. I have a few 11/11 or 1/11 cards. So I'm going to start with my first one. So Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you want us to hear? What is it that you need us to know in any area of our life? What is it that you want us to discuss? What are messages that are meant to be heard? Whoever finds this reading, I'm so grateful that you found it. Let's deliver the messages now. I am listening for you now, Spirit. So I have alignment, 1/11, this beautiful angel. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. Sometimes we just have to trust. We start to lose that faith. We start to lose that hope. And we have to go back to the beginning and just say, it's out of our hands. And I know that everything always works out somehow, right? Somehow we always get through. Somehow we always are able to figure things out or things get better. Spirit, please share with me. Hi, everybody. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Anna. Hi, Lisa. A lot of Facebook people. Hi, Colleen. Hi, Edward. Buongiorno. Hi, Bibor. Thank you. My Aries is here. Let me know what your sign is. Maybe let me know where you are watching from. I always like that. Say hello to people in the chat. That's always fun. Hit the like button, send it to a friend, share it out on your Facebook page. Anything that you can do to let a friend know that I'm here. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you want us to know at this time? I have an air sign. I have worked with the elements of air to see the truth. So I have this beautiful sense of, my air signs are so smart, right? They are the people who communicate. I've got my Gemini, I've got my Libras, I've got my Aquarius. They're good communicators, and they're saying to you, work with the element of this element, the communication element, to guide you, that, speak up, say things that are important to you. Allow your words to be heard, Spirit just said. So you have a voice is how they're sharing it with me now. And maybe there's something you've been holding back. Maybe there's something that they want you to say to somebody or share with somebody or defend yourself in some way or be strong, stand your ground, something like that. I have a water sign, so I have my Cancers, I have my Scorpios, and I have my Pisces. Work with the element of water for healing. For healing. Water is healing. Anytime I have a big question in my life, I always sit by water. I always look at water, and I will always sit by water. And it's a very calming energy to me. It brings me clarity. It brings me peace, serenity, all of those things so that I can come to bigger decisions. So I would say the element of water is important. I'm dropping cards back here, but that's okay. That's okay. I have the elements in general. Okay. So they're including everybody at this point. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water create powerful protection for you. So surround yourself with all of those elements. I mean, we can tap into any of those elements is basically what they're saying. So I want to be more in alignment. I want to be focused is what they had said. I want to be, they're saying the word available now. So are you available? Are you available to yourself? Are you available to somebody who needs you right now? Do you need to make yourself more available to a significant other, a spouse, a child? Maybe you've got to step outside of yourself for a little while and maybe put a specific focus on somebody else that needs a little bit more attention than you do. Maybe there's something going on in their life that they need some extra support, something like that. Spirit, please share with me. You're fully available. I love it. I have a sun, a time of great joy and success. The sun is a new beginning. We all know that. Arms wide open. You can see that. A brilliant epiphany. A brilliant epiphany that leads to magical opportunities. Plans that work out perfectly. Gratitude to the divine. So something coming into your life that is a new beginning. Let's get some other cards, then I'll see what the keywords say. I have a Four of Pentacles. Is that what this is? Hold on. This is my, what is this? This is my, Four of Pentacles. I'm going to say Four of Pentacles. I have a Five of Swords. Okay, Five of Swords. And I have a 10 of Wands. Okay, working too hard with too much on my mind, too much on my shoulders. You can see this is a little old lady on this path. It's been a long path, and she's still got this big bundle, and she's still carrying this big load. So at what point does she let up that load? At what point does she stop working so hard and focus on her health or focus on her stress, something like that? Maybe she can't, but maybe there's a way that she can have more peace. This is a sense of temperance as well. I feel like, a swords. I see the swords in the background now. Four swords. That makes sense. Temperance, serenity, peace. She took off her shield. Look, I haven't read these cards in a long time. I mean, they have keywords. I'm not a big keyword person because I don't want to be influenced by somebody else's interpretation of the cards, but they're a popular deck. Okay, so here's the swords in the background. You can see that she's trying to attain peace. But what's jumping out at me is the armor. She's taken off her armor. She's a soldier. She's coming back from war, and she's wants to heal. She's had a broken heart. She's had something tragic happen, and she has taken off her armor and she's trying to repair. It says insights that come from meditation, the need for rest or take a vacation. Raise your hand if you need a vacation. I know we just came out of Christmas, but for a lot of people, that's hard work. It's not a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. You're mentally exhausted. That's a big one. I think there's more mental exhaustion out there than there is physical exhaustion. And that is when you have to work on quieting your mind, taking stress off your shoulders, being true to yourself, they just said. And, just kind of, putting yourself as a priority over and over again, just so that you don't have that big weight on your shoulders. I feel like that. The Five of Swords is coming into me more as you've been lying to yourself about something, that everything is okay. There could be something in your life that isn't quite okay that they want you to address, that maybe you do have too much on your plate, or you are putting your priorities in the wrong place, or you're not giving somebody some kind of attention or time that you need to continue a relationship with that person, or what that relationship needs. But it feels like I am making they're saying an unwise choice. There's a better way to make you happy. So sometimes it's a feeling of, what are my motives behind something? Is it good? Is it bad? So maybe there's something that you're not being honest. I'm just going to say you're not being honest with yourself in something in your life that maybe you need to address. It's a everything's okay. Somebody says, how are you doing? And you're really not feeling like yourself. You really haven't been yourself for a while. And you say, I'm great. Everything's great. Look at me. And it's not true. And you're lying to yourself. And you have to kind of say, well, why am I putting up this false front? Why am I pretending that everything's okay when it's not, when I'm hurting, or I'm upset about something, or I'm struggling with something? Maybe Spirit's putting this person in front of me as a stepping stone to help me through that, so I can talk about it. That's why they're asking me. I mean, of course, there's always that person who asks because it's just something to say, they don't want to hear all your garbage. But if it's somebody close to you and they really do want to know, I would say, talk. That's what we're here for. They said they want that air element out there. They want you to be talking. I love the sun, of course. So I have a new beginning. Now the hourglass is jumping out at me. There's a sense of time is now. The time is moving through this hourglass. So this beginning has started. I'm going to go with, hey, 11:11, new beginning and awakening energy. But this feeling of the time is now, and something has started. So I'm gonna say it that way. I think that feels like one of the messages they need you to know. So if there's something in the back of your mind, 11:11 is a lot about, trusting your intuition and allowing things to happen and manifesting things and knowing that your angels and the spirit world is supporting you. But it's really a kind of a connection to an awakening feeling as well. So this new beginning, this tapping into something feels good. Spirit, please share with me, what is it that you need me to know? So if you're just joining me now, jump in the chat. This is for any sign, and it is a general spirit message about 11:11 and January 11th messages. Anything spirit wants to share with me. So very open, just fully channeled messages at this point. So welcome everybody. I have 4141. I have a habit. It came into me two ways. The first way it came into me was breaking a bad habit. I have a bad habit of, okay? I have a bad habit that, maybe it's your New Year's resolution that, I'm going to quit smoking, something like that. But the second way it came into me was I'm going to create a habit. And it's the person who says, I'm going to start exercising, but I'm not good at keeping a routine. And it takes 40 days or whatever the rule is, 60 days to do it every day until it becomes a habit. So it feels like it's more of a mindset thing. Like, I want this to be a habit in my life. I want this to be something I do automatically. for the right reasons. So whether it's exercise, drinking more water, taking care of yourself, drinking less, like I could have a bad habit and I've got to change it up. So it could be something that they want you to take a look at this time. It's something I want you to work at. So that's that. I think we all have that. I have 5151. I love the yellow and it says optimistic, but it's coming into me as this shining light, right? Shining energy. And I would certainly say that taps into your sun energy, this new beginning. I'm really optimistic. If the timing is now, I'm really optimistic about this fresh start. I'm really optimistic about somebody new coming into my life in a romantic sense, or starting a new opportunity for myself. I'm up and running. I want to build a business. I want to take it to the next level. I want to go out on my own. Whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, we all have our own personal goals. So, but it feels like I'm excited about it, right? Yellow is a color of excitement. It's passionate. It's joyful is a big color energy. So, yellow is connected to joy. So whatever this is, I feel joyful in doing it. My heart is in it, they're saying. So it's something that you are going full force into with your heart and your soul. I love what I do, they're saying. So it could be connected to your work. It could be connected to this feeling of starting new, starting fresh. So this is a general reading for everybody. I'm not going through all the signs. I'm just going to keep going as long as Spirit wants me to share messages for 1111. So it's fully channeled. So if you're jumping on now, it's just whatever Spirit is telling me, I'm sharing. That's all I'm doing. We're just having some fun. I have 1010, faith, hope. I'm going to go back to that Five of Swords because I felt for a second there that I'm struggling with keeping my hopes up high. Okay. And it could be in only one area of your life. It could be, I'm really, really struggling with, I've been single for so long. I just don't believe that I'm going to find somebody new. So I'm losing hope. Okay. I feel like Spirit wants to keep reminding you that that's just in your mind. That's not what their plans are. Okay. And the more that we think about that, the more that we think about, I'm not going to find somebody, the more that we are attracting that energy. So we don't want that either. So we want to fall back on faith. We want to fall back on gratitude, that I trust that Spirit's going to bring me what I need in my life and in my lifetime. So sometimes we just have to, I don't know, be brave enough to say no to those thoughts and kind of say, no, I'm not going there. And I'm going to stay optimistic, even if I have to fake it till I make it, or I have to just talk myself through it over and over again, or I have to pick up the phone to a friend and say, I'm really struggling right now. I feel so, Debbie Downer, or I'm on my pity pot. So you can be on your pity pot for a short period of time, but don't stay there. Don't stay there. I have 111. Okay, so we got the 111 card from this deck. That's nice. I have manifestation. What you think, what you visualize, what you say, you are manifesting. And for those of you that watch my readings every day, you know that I believe in just watching my readings or any spirit guides reading and listening to the words is a form of manifestation. And sometimes we don't know what to think about, right? We don't want to sit there and meditate and then we're like, okay, now what do I do? So listen to any spirit guide like myself and take the messages that you're hearing from the cards and use that. If I said to you, you're going to live happily ever after, why can't you use that as I'm going to live happily ever after as a manifestation. Why couldn't you use that, even though I said it? So that's how I want you to use it, because sometimes we get burnt out. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm not going to sit on the floor and be in a meditative position. I don't even do that, so nothing against it, but that's not how I meditate. I talk out loud. This is me meditating. So use these types of tools that Spirit is giving you. These are messages. We're all messengers. Okay. If you look at any of the talented, gifted tarot readers here on YouTube or Facebook, TikTok, we're just here to deliver the message. That's all we're doing. So you take the message and you say, okay, that helped me today a little bit more. That's all. And you help use that to manifest. That's beautiful. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you have? I have the Moon. I have a Four of Swords again. Okay, so you can see the repetition, the messages are coming through. That's why I use multiple decks, because I start to see that in different decks, I'm getting a lot of the same cards. So for me, it confirms my message a lot of times. I have a Page of Swords and I have a Chariot. This is a feeling of working on myself and working through something that, in order to start this new beginning, in order to bring this love and alignment into my life that they're saying is coming, that I have to get rid of the old, call it the gunk, call it the black cloud that's inside all of us. And I remember when I had my awakening, I cried every day for a year, like a crazy woman, for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes, and then it would stop. I would be perfectly normal. I wouldn't even have looked like I had cried for an hour. I mean, I'm talking about bawling my eyes out. And I had no idea why. And I'm convinced, looking back, 15 years later, that I was purging. I was purging pain, hurt, old wounds, things that happened, anything that I couldn't carry with me any longer. And for me, it was physically coming out in these tears. And I haven't cried like that since. Even when I lost my mother, I didn't cry every day for half an hour nonstop and then be perfectly fine. So it was a really crazy time in my life, but it allowed me to get rid of anything that could have been holding me back from, I'm going to say, the peace and the serenity that I have today. I'm going to say it that way. So don't be afraid to cry. Don't be afraid to get rid of all that stuff. Don't be afraid to work on your healing if that's what you need right now. That's all good stuff. The Page of Swords and the Chariot is coming into me as making up my mind about something and moving ahead. It was a little bit of getting off a starting block. It was pushing myself from procrastination to activation. It was dressing up and showing up. It was stepping out of my comfort zone. So there's something they're trying to push you in, something going on around you. It's a thought that has been in your head or will pop into your head. And it will be that kind of, should I go ahead with this or not? Okay. And they're saying, go ahead with it. Okay. Unless there's a reason to hold back. There could be a reason to really move forward. They could be trying to introduce you to somebody. They could be putting you in a place and a time so that you are meeting somebody where you're supposed to head next, something like that. But I do feel like I don't want to hesitate. That page is going to take action. It's curious, it's excited. And then that Chariot is like full steam ahead. So that is happening. I have a Tower. Okay, so I have a change coming. It's every time we have a new beginning, we have a change. I have a Six of Cups. I have a Three of Pentacles. And I have a Nine of Wands. The first thing I felt was you're opening up your soul to somebody is how it feels. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but for some of you, it could be a soulmate coming in. It could be somebody that you feel like they're supposed to be in your life. But it's also, it could be a friendship. It could be somebody that comes into your life and says, I feel like I've known you forever, and you just bond very quickly. So for somebody out there who's looking for, I need more friends in my life. I need friends that are more in tune to what I believe right now, your soul tribe. So spirit could be putting people in front of you because we change. We change as we get older. We pick different friends. We like different things. Many of you are gifted, and you'll find that your best friends are other gifted people because other people think you're crazy. You know, so it's kind of like, you know, these soul tribe, you know, all these gifted people find each other. I'm just kidding. But it is a feeling of a soul tribe, somebody finding you. Maybe we're letting go of some old relationships that no longer serve us or have been hurting us in some way. Doesn't mean we want to hurt that person. It means that we want to protect our own energy. Somebody who would be draining, or every time I talk to them, they make me feel depressed. You know, I just can't get on the phone with that person anymore, something like that. I do feel like you are ready to start to achieve something. And this could be around your work. It could be a new idea. It's almost like an aha moment. It's somebody who says, you know what, you're really good at that. You should do more of it. Or it plants a seed, they just said. It plants a seed in your mind that you are really good at what you do and you can take it to the next level, they're saying. They're sharing with me that there's a fear behind this for some reason. Let me pull a card other than the Nine of Wands, which would just be the fear could be it's just too much work. I don't want that much work. Oh, I have an extra card in this deck. Look at this beautiful, beautiful angel. she's gorgeous. She's got pinks and purples and butterflies, and I love her. So I've got this beautiful angel hovering over me. Okay, so Spirit, I'm asking Spirit who this is, and they're saying a mother. Okay, somebody out there. Ooh, my whole body just tingled. It's a mother. Okay, so I'm asking them to give me some letters, please. So they're sharing with me, I have a KA coming into me, beginning name KA. I have an EI coming into me. I have an EL coming into me. I have a DO coming into me. I have an MA coming into me. Mother's side and father's side are coming in. Okay, so these mothers, I'm asking them to slow down because there's too many of them. These mothers want you to know that they are guarding you. They are watching over you. They love you. They want you to try new things. They're asking you to not be afraid. They're asking you to have, they're saying that you have the experience. You're better than what you think. You know, this is your cheerleader. This mother is your cheerleader. This mother is telling you that you can do whatever you want, and you miss having your cheerleader. This is the person who believed in you the most. And you feel like my whole body's tingling. You feel like you can't do it without your mother's guidance, but you can. She's sharing with you that she wants you to step forward. She wants you to, you know, be yourself and succeed in this area of your life. So I have a judgment. You're putting too much pressure on yourself. You're not believing in yourself the way that she's taught you to believe. So there's something very strong going on. I'm going to go with this Magician. Your mother knows that you're capable of doing anything. Your mother knows that I mean, of course, you're like perfect in her eyes, like you're the amazing daughter, the amazing son, you're the person who, look at my beautiful daughter. She's so talented. So it is a beautiful feeling of your mother saw all the best qualities in you, and she wants to remind you to see yourself in that now. Okay. So a little bit of a pep talk from the spirit world. I'll take that on 11/11. I'll take our spirit angels coming in and letting us know that they're always here from us. A death card, even though they're gone, it doesn't mean that they're not with you. So remember that always. We know that in our heart, but sometimes our mind can't wrap our head around it. Let's get another 11/11 card. Let's see what they're saying. So this is all about January 11th and spirit messages and what it is they want us to hear today. Angels are ready. Angels, here we go. Okay, thank you, Spirit. I am creative. Your angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life that you love. So they just want you to be happy. Your angels want you to be happy, your spirit guides, the spirit world, everybody around you. I mean, that's really why we're here, is to create a life of happiness and fulfillment, for all of us. They're saying surround yourself with people who love you. Say no to the people who cause you pain, they just said. So maybe there's some people that we have to, just doesn't mean you have to hurt them, just means that we have to, back away and not put so much energy into them. Let's get a beautiful feather message. Let's see what our feathers are saying. So I have this beautiful feather, and let's see what they want. I have a magpie. Reevaluate your priorities. It is time to let go of what you no longer need. There is a sense in this reading today that Spirit wants you to cut ties or cut strings with energy that is pulling you down somehow, whether it's your own thoughts, okay, and kind of reevaluate that, or what somebody else is saying to you, because it's not a cheerleading energy. So if you've got somebody who says, well, I'm only telling you because I care about you, but it's kind of like this, dig at the same time. I mean, is that really helping you? Not necessarily. So we're all grown-ups here, Spirit saying, take with you what you want. And just let somebody else work on their own problems, So there is a sense of sometimes I have to walk away from something that it's dragging me down, and maybe not forever, but for right now. I have another feather. Let's see what this beautiful green feather says. A hummingbird. Okay, maybe that's a sign. That could be a sign from your mother in the spirit world. Look for hummingbirds, or I definitely have hummingbirds that represent them. I have a tattoo for my mother, something like that. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way. There's that 10/10 card with the yellow. So I've got this joy is on the way. This new beginning is on the way. I'm open to it. I also like this feeling of fluttering. There's a sense of making my heart beat faster, and it doesn't even have to be romantic. I mean, your heart can beat fast about something that you're passionate about. You're learning new things. You started a new business. You are experiencing something new. You're traveling, so your heart could be just, kind of skipping a beat because there's things that you want to work on. There's things that you are excited about at this stage in your life. And Colleen's saying, my mom collected hummingbirds and one comes by my office window all the time. So Colleen, I would say your mom wants you to know. I would say 100%. She wants you to know that she is visiting you as a hummingbird. That is not a coincidence. I would definitely say that. That's gorgeous. Thank you for sharing. I have a sugar moon in March, a sweet beginning. Who wants a sweet beginning? Raise your hand. Nourish your soul with positive thoughts and actions and appreciate simple joys. I have to tell you, the word of the day is joy. I think that they're saying a joyful beginning, joyful moments. You're a joy, it could be that you're a joy to be with. So definitely the word of the day in this reading is joy. It keeps coming in. It's kind of, consistent throughout this reading. So I will take joy any day of the week. How gorgeous. I have turned the page. Reshape your experience and shift the story you live and reveal new dimensions. Are you ready for a change? That feels like Colleen saying joy is her middle name. Oh, your mother's talking to you, Colleen. I love that. That's just too good to be true. Oh, your mother wants to say hello. That is fun. I love that. Turn the page, reshape your experience, and I feel like start something new. Are you ready for the next chapter? Are you ready for the next phase? They're sharing with me now, like, do you feel like you're stuck with what you do? Do you feel like you have been not as motivated lately, or not where I want to be, or nothing really excites me anymore? Yeah, I'm going to say step out of your comfort zone. Sometimes you got to push your energy. It's like I got to push it out into the universe. I've got to do other things, different things. And then it's like a boomerang. That energy comes back to you. Ask anybody who, is a mother of 3, the head of PTA, works full time, is the Girl Scout leader, if she has time, and she'll say yes. So you're like, huh? Because the energy creates energy. Okay. It's work. People who are very good at their job and very busy, it energizes them. So it can create activity to come into their life. Activity creates activity. So ask anybody who's, very successful. They have this engine kind of up and running, right? So if you feel stagnant, if you feel stuck, I don't think we're ever stuck or stagnant. I feel like we're always in motion, but that might be what you think. You're going at a slower pace than what you would like to be going. They're saying push yourself. What's the bottom of my deck? I have a luminous depth. Shine light on your fears and desires to get the answers and walk through your shadows. So what is preventing you from pushing yourself? It could be fear. It could be, I believe it or not, sometimes it's fear of change, fear of insecurity. They're saying fear of failure. It could be fear of imposter syndrome is a big one. Like, who do I think I am that I could do that? But no, I would say that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Your cheerleaders in the spirit world have told you all, whether your mother came through or other mothers, they were like all cheering you on today. You can do anything that you set your mind to, but you have to have the chutzpah, so to speak, to try new things and to break a cycle, especially if you're feeling like you're moving too slow, or you've got more to offer, or you're not where you want to be. Okay, so a shift in energy is something for somebody. I have an influencer. Okay, some of you want to do what I do. You want to do a YouTube channel. Do you want to share your experiences, something like that? You have just the right combination of qualities to connect with an audience, inspire change, and create a positive impact. So if this is something that you'd like to do, I'd like to be YouTube channel. I'd like to write a book. I'd like to have a podcast. But then you stop, short of starting it, even though you can do it. You have the qualifications to do it. You would love to do it. You can see yourself doing it. So what made you stop? And that's what Spirit's trying to say. Like, don't stop, start and see where you go. You can do anything you set your mind to. If you have it in your head that it's something you'd like to try, then try it. I have a schedule. Most forms of prosperity require time and effort to manifest. Do you have room in your schedule for the abundance you are wanting to attract? It takes time. It takes effort. We all know that nothing is handed to us. But if you do the work, I really do feel like we are all rewarded. I do feel like people who work hard, try hard, get dressed up every day, show up for life, and keep plugging away. When I started this YouTube channel, my videos sucked. They were stupid. I mean, I look back and go, oh my God, I had no idea what I was doing on YouTube. I wasn't myself. I was so intimidated by it. I spent way too much time thinking about what I looked like or what I sounded like was worse. And I wasn't myself. And when I started to be myself and I started to do what I do and listen to the messages that I hear and just share them, then my YouTube channel, and you found me, all of you found me. But it was so intimidating. And I like to think I was a pretty confident person, but it was such a huge mountain to climb. It really was. But I wanted to do it. And I kept learning and I kept studying behind the scenes, YouTube, and what to do. And I got better over time. And my displays changed, my lighting changed, and things got better. And it's still getting better. So fast forward, I've been on YouTube for about 6 years now, and I'm this close to getting my plaque, which is my big goal. You have to have 100,000 subscribers to get your plaque. Now, I can remember clear as day getting my first 1,000 subscribers. That was a big first step. So we're going to have a big, huge party here on YouTube when I hit my 100,000 subscribers. But my point is, I could have stopped and said, I'm not good at this. There are people that are better at this. There are people that are way bigger than I could ever be. But I also said to myself, my messages are going to be different than anybody else's. So that's what I go for. I don't care what anybody else is doing. I don't look at the competition. I just focus on me. I focus on what I'm good at, and I stay in that lane. So if you are looking to create a new way of attracting abundance, where is that time coming from? Because it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. It's going to take dedication. So I know that all of you focus on that. It's anybody, if you look at anybody who's really, really good at what they do, typically that's all they do. They focus on that area of their life, and hopefully they have life balance around it. But it's a sense of they're just really, really good at what they do, and they stay in that lane. Where most of us have a problem is we get pulled in 1,000 different directions. And we start something and then something pulls us away. And that's interesting because a lot of us have the ability to do a lot of things well. And we have an interest in a lot of things. But they want you to stay, they're saying clear. They want you to stay crystal clear with what it is that you want and the goal that you're trying to achieve so that you can get your arms around this abundance that you're asking for. So some of you need to take a look at that. I have entitlement. Why do you believe that you deserve benefits and privileges that you haven't earned or worked for? Now, I don't think anybody in this room is thinking I'm entitled. I think there's a lot of people out there that think they're entitled. They want it to be just handed to them. And for those of you that have more life experience, you all know that nothing is going to be just handed to them. So they're frustrated because it's hard work. So Spirit's reminding us that, no work is beneath us, and we all have the ability to climb higher. And we all started at the same place. We all start with the same number of hours a day, same numbers hours a week. What do we do with our time? They're sharing. So all of us are working through that. One more of these. I have envy. Focusing on others have a drain on your energy. That is the truth, right? And sometimes the fear of I'm not as good as somebody else. I'm not going to be the best. I'm not going to be the first. I'm not going to be able to be good at what I do. I think it's okay to admire other people. I would say that. Envy is a feeling of coming from a negative place, but in admiration, like I'm proud of that person for building the life that they've built. I'm proud of that person for being number one. I'm proud of the hard work paying off for them. Just remember that there is infinite abundance. Just because somebody else is successful at what they do and it's what you want to do, and you want to be as successful as them, it doesn't mean that I have to take away from them to give to you. It doesn't mean the pie gets cut in more pieces, okay? There's so much abundance out there that we can't even wrap our head around it, okay? So it's not a competition. It's be yourself, be the best at what you do, be the best at what you have to offer, and let Spirit, help you. But when we're jealous of somebody, envious of somebody, we see it as competition instead of our tribe. We're only attracting negative energy to ourselves. So that's not something that Spirit would want for you, is it? So sometimes it holds us back too. It holds us back. It holds us from being proud of what we do because we're comparing ourselves to somebody who maybe has been doing it a lot longer. And you can't compare the two, something like that. But right now, I think they want you to stay in your lane. I have a Page of Swords again. I have a Justice card. I have a High Priestess. And I have a Lover's card. Okay, so for those of you that are single, I have a feeling that Spirit's letting you know that I want to go back to that hourglass, that little hourglass. The time is now. The time is now. This is a soul connection. That's Six of Cups. I may be meeting somebody. I feel like I've known you forever. This could be somebody that wants a permanent commitment. They want a marriage. Okay. They want to be married to the person they love. They want to share their life and, say vows and all that good stuff. So they're saying you'll know it when you see it. You have this incredible intuitive sense about this person that you'll feel different. You're going to be excited about this person. This person's very curious about you, they're saying. So I'm asking Spirit, when does this person arrive? They're saying 11/11. Okay, so I'll take 1/11 or 11/11. Maybe it's November 11th. Maybe it's a confirmation of some kind. But I have this beautiful, let's pick up these letters too, the letter B and J. Those don't normally jump out at me, but they are. They could have meaning to somebody's initials or somebody's first name, something like that, like a Joe, a Bill, Bob, Brian, something like that. I have Jimmy coming in, James. I have, let's see what else they have. I have a John. I mean, they're all generic names, but they're just popping into my head. I have this Page who is curious about you. So we do have a soul energy for my singles, and I do have hope. And then here's the abundance again, 10 of Pentacles. So they're trying to bring you this incredible sense of abundance. They're trying to help you overcome something. It's a belief in yourself is how I feel. I feel like, whatever shadow work that you have, whatever you feel like is still holding you back from, living your dream, so to speak. Why? Okay. You have to ask yourself that hard question. Like, why can't I take that to the next level? Why can't I do this? Why can't I don't know, there's something that you feel like you want to do, but you know that you are procrastinating doing it. And you have been procrastinating for a while. Ask yourself, like, what's really holding me back? And is it something I can walk through, get through? So I would say it that way. I have money matters. Money does matter, right? Money matters a lot right now. Watch your expenses, save up for the future. You need to be prepared for the unexpected. So for those of you that, that might be when I said earlier that they want you to take a look at an area of your life and make it be a habit. Maybe one of the things that you are struggling with is I'm overspending. I buy on impulse, I don't stay on my budget, whatever it is. So maybe Spirit's saying, take a look at that right now, especially heading into a new year. Maybe they want you to organize that a little better or take a better look at that. I think we all should do that. I have frozen. There may be a hiring freeze at work. A warm follow-up gets you out the door. For those of you that are struggling with there isn't enough work out there, or I don't have an opportunity in front of me, it was a little bit of the old-fashioned way, because I feel like the shooting out the resumes, it was like a networking event. It was spending time with people I used to work with or reaching out to them, talking to my contacts. Like, I feel like it's a friend of a friend. So if you haven't tried looking for new work or opportunities just through your network of people, I would definitely get on the phone and pick up the phone to some old friends, because they may have a foot in the door and an opportunity that isn't out there, like online, that you send a resume to and you have to fill out all those forms and then you never hear from that company. So it felt like a friend is out there to help you. I have courage. Ask what you are afraid of. That's a message for you guys today, don't you think? That Spirit's saying, what are you afraid of? What is it that you need to overcome? What's holding you back? Okay. They're letting you know that you're a leader. We had that Magician card earlier, and our mothers from the spirit world were cheering you on, saying, look at my daughter, how amazing she is. Look how talented she is. Look at all that she can do. Look at my son. He's so smart. He's this, he's that. So you already have the ability to achieve what it is that you want. So that's not what's holding you back. It's the fear of either change, starting, self-esteem, so, what is it that you can work through? And I have an education. Maybe you need to take a class. Maybe that would give you the confidence. Okay, that maybe you take a class. Doesn't mean you go back for another degree or a degree, but maybe you take a course. You take an online course. You watch. I got to tell you, I built up I'm going to call it my YouTube empire, because that's what I feel like it is right now. I've built up my YouTube empire through self-learning. It was all watching other YouTube videos of people who know YouTube and study YouTube and algorithms. And I didn't know anything technically about YouTube. I'm not a technical person. I'm a psychic. And I had to learn all this techie stuff, lighting and cameras and, all this editing and all this stuff. And I did it. I was self-taught. If I didn't know it, I would find a way to learn it. And part of me, they're saying journey. Of course, it's been a journey, but you can do it. It's a sense of I'm ready to do it. I want to try. You may move to a new place or work or travel. Exploring the world gives you the experience you need to succeed. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to travel to Egypt. It's just a new experience. It could be that you just, I don't know, join the gym, and you set some goals this year that you're going to, lift weights more. It doesn't have to be like earth shattering. It's whatever's important to you. But what is jumping out at me is the pyramids. And the pyramids are interesting because they are geometrically perfect. And there's all, of course, today's studies, like how did they know exactly where to place these pyramids and the precision of the actual geometry of them? How did they do it? They did it by hand. They didn't have computers. They didn't have calculators. They did this by hand. So you want to talk about a feat. That you can achieve anything if you set your mind to it, but use that as a testament of, time, that if you put enough time into something, you can create anything. Spirit, please share with me some loving messages, maybe a person on my mind, maybe somebody that I'm thinking of today. 1111, what is going on around me? I have a compassionate connection. Build a compassionate connection by being kind and understanding. Show empathy, offer support, and be a comforting presence for your partner. What's jumping out at me is the empathy. A lot of you are empathic, and it's good and it's bad because sometimes you pick up on other people's energies and you might be carrying their energies with you. And you're the person who somebody dumps on you and you're like, oh my God, I feel drained because now I feel like what they're feeling. But the good news is that you can put yourself in other people's shoes. And in a loving, kind, caring relationship, you can be very, very close to that person. So if you are empathic, it is a gift, and use it as a gift. So that you can help other people. That's why you have it. So you want to be there for others, whether it's romantic or friendship or family. Boundless trust. Cultivate boundless trust by being open and honest. I know you're open and honest. Share your thoughts and feelings without fear. Trust your partner's intentions and action. So trust, that's a big one, right? Can I trust again? Can I trust with my heart? Can I trust until they prove me wrong? Yes, you can. Somebody can earn your trust. We know that. So we want to trust in this world. We want to trust a stranger, believe it or not. I know we don't always do, but I'd like to think we could live in a world that I can trust a stranger not to hurt me every time. So, but it's hard. I have unconditional support. Offer unconditional support by being there for your partner, no matter what. Show up during their highs and lows and be a steadfast pillar of strength. So your strength is there to hold somebody else up. And then vice versa, they're saying they'll be there to hold you up when you need to be held up as well. So this feels beautiful. And then I have a courageous love. Let's go with this little Cupid's arrow kind of coming your way. Love courageously by taking emotional risks. Share your vulnerabilities. Express your deepest feelings and trust in the strength of your relationship. So I have to be courageous. I have to take that leap of faith. I have to jump in. I have to believe in love, Spirit just said. I have to believe that love still exists, or that I'm worthy of love, or that I deserve to be loved. So those are all really big things to me, is how it's coming into me. Let's do a couple other things. Let's get a couple blessings, and then I have a last 111 card. So Spirit, can I have some blessings? I want to thank everybody for joining me today. I want to remind you, if you're new to my channel and you're watching me for the first time, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Please check out my other two channels. If you're not aware of my other two channels, I have a Twin Flame Soulmate channel. I just uploaded a whole bunch of no contact readings on that channel. The link is in the description. And then I have a pick a card channel, which is just pick a card readings. They're both relatively new channels. So they're up and running and they're doing well, but I could use your support if you haven't taken a ride over there and hit that subscribe button yet. So let's take a look at that. Let's see what the blessings are. I have a blessing of protection. You are always protected. Your angels are protecting you. Spirit is protecting you. So there's a lot of protection around us. So we do want that. We want that blessing. I have a blessing to find the truth, but that felt more of, I want to know my true feelings. I want to know what's really inside of me. I want to know what's important for me to know right now. And, that's kind of why I jumped on to do this today. It was like, what do I need to hear? Maybe you weren't doing anything and I popped up on your news feed, and it's no coincidence that you started watching me. What do I need to hear? What's important to me right now? And maybe I said just one thing today that is helping you find out something about yourself that helps you in the bigger picture of, what it is that you need to be working on. Spirit, please share with me. And I have a blessing on a new venture. Now look at it. She's got her eye on a bullseye. And they said right from the beginning with that sun card that they're bringing you some kind of new beginning. They're bringing you some kind of door that's opening. They were bringing you something filled with joy. So I've got my eye on the prize. So what is the prize? What is it that you want? Aim and shoot and get what you want. Okay, so you have the ability. I love that. And let's see what this last angel number is. And the last 111. I have intuition, it says. Moderation, patience, flow, clarity, joy. Joy is the word of the day. I got to tell you that. Movement, self-realization, taking action, and unconditional love. Time to implement long cherished ideas. Time to implement long cherished ideas. You're on the right track towards making your dreams and your visions a reality. The right people, circumstances, and resources are being sent your way. Happiness and new opportunities are at hand. Trust in the process. So 111, January 11th, and we had some beautiful love messages and some career messages and some spiritual messages and some visits from our mothers, which were nice, and some signs, right, that we're looking for. So let's put this out into the universe. I want to thank Spirit for all of these messages today. I want to thank you all for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I have such good intentions always to try to jump on live more often. And my day just runs away from me like everybody else. Thank you, Julie, for the tip or whatever that's called. Thank you. But I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all being here, and I hope that you enjoyed your spirit messages today. If anyone is interested in a private reading ever, check out my website at kathymamolinspsychicmedium.com. And somebody's saying, haha, my mother just called me during the middle of this reading. So, all right. So shout out to all the mothers out there in the spirit world and in the earth world for the energy and the love that they give us. I want to say thank you. And we'll see you all again real soon.